Hey guys, welcome to the video. Remember, if you like the content, then just like and subscribe. Also, any sort of feedback or any content you want to see, any questions or Q&As or just videos on Royal Marines life and military life in general, put it in the comments box and I'll be sure to make a video on it if I get time and if it's a good suggestion. So today we're going to be talking about the Royal Marines. What sort of lad are they looking for? Not just the Royal Marines, but also the military in general, and also every good employer. So let's get into it. So a lot of people make the mistake of thinking that you've got to be mega fit when you join the Royal Marines. And don't get me wrong, you do have to be way fitter than the average person. However, you don't have to be Superman. You've got the pre-joining fitness tests that are there just to give you the base level of fitness, and obviously while you're at Lympstone you're going to get super fit and they're going to turn you into machines whilst you're there. Obviously it makes a massive difference to go in nice and fit and nice and ready. It's going to be a massive weight off your mind. When other lads are hanging out and you're relatively fresh, it's going to be a lot easier to do everything. So go in as fit as possible, but go in injury free and not shattered. But we're talking about character today. So what sort of people are the Royal Marines looking for? Now I like to put this in terms of footballers. On one hand you've got Neymar, who's obviously one of the most skillful players in the world, mega talented, bit of a genius with the ball, but he's a bit of a toilet brush, and I wouldn't want him on my team in a serious situation. He could win you the game, but he could also fall apart as well. And he's got a bit of a poor temperament on him. You never know what you're going to get with him. Obviously on his day he's one of the best in the world, but he might just have one of those games where he falls apart, he's diving, loses his temper, gets red carded, etc. On the other hand, you've got James Milner, who, he's bang average player. Obviously, he's better than 99% of people, but in the Premiership, he's, bang average player, but he works his socks off, absolutely digs out blind for the team. When it comes to the big games, he's going to be right up there working his socks off, digging for every single ball, fighting for every single challenge, constantly nagging the opposing players and that, but he's probably not going to score you a hat-trick. Now, in my opinion, I'd rather have a James Milner sort of player. And obviously, when we're talking about Royal Marines terms, obviously you want one of those sort of lads all day long. Maybe not the fittest lad, maybe not the strongest lad, but he is going to work his socks off for the team. He's not going to give up. He's not going to let you down when you need it most. When he's when he's got sleep deprivation, when he's cold, when he's hungry, when ops are going wrong, he's just going to keep digging out, keep slogging away, and he's not going to fall apart on you. That's the sort of lad the Royal Marines are looking for. You don't have to be some sort of Superman. All you've got to do is just be mega diligent, mega switched on, look after your oppos all the time, and be willing to learn and work as hard as possible. These are some of the main characteristics that the Royal Marines are looking for. They're looking for lads who have got excellence as their top standard. Not half-hearted, that will sort of do attitude. But absolutely everything you do, you work and do it to your best of ability. No matter how mundane the job is, whether it's tidying your room or obviously putting the rounds down. The Royal Marines obviously pride themselves on their reputation, and it is down to this exact reason. Everything is done to the absolute detail. That's why you get fresh so much in training for small minor details. Whether it's a loose Irish pennant coming out of your uniform, or a shoe polish stain on the floor, you're going to get thrashed for it, and it's going to teach you diligence. It means when you are in a conflict that your head's not going to go, that your standards are going to be immaculate, and because of that you're going to save not only your own life but your oppos' lives as well. Integrity is a massive part of the Royal Marines. The moment you become a liar, the moment the lads think you're a liar, your days are numbered. Always be integral, always be honest, even if it's going to put you in trouble, you man up and take your punishment. That, I cannot stress it enough, but this comes down to relationships as well. In my opinion, if you're cheating on your missus, etc., then I don't want to work with you. I can't trust you on the front line, because because if she can't trust you, then can I trust you? Just putting it out there. Self-discipline, what are you going to do when no one's watching? Are you going to do your fizz? Are you going to be having your dobies, your showers when you're on leave, etc.? Obviously, you know, you've got times of chilling, but self-discipline. You'll look at a lot of ex-Royal Marines and they're still immaculate in their 50s, still shave every day, still do their fizz, still training hard, and it's to those lads that the Royal Marines reputation is built off of. Humility, even though you're an absolute legend, an elite soldier, are you willing to be humble? Stop not gobbing off about it on Civvy Street, telling everyone that you meet you're a Royal Marine, etc. Are you going to be humble? Just get your job done, keep your head down, and just stay switched on onto your job. Courage speaks for itself. Obviously, one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, potentially. And are you going to have the courage? Are you going to stand up? Are you going to fight for your lads? Or are you going to fall apart and crumble? And value the safety of your life above the job that needs to be done to save your oppos and the operation. Determination as well obviously speaks for itself. You'll get found out at Lympstone if you haven't got determination. You're going to get absolutely slaughtered at Lympstone, and they will find out whether you're a determined individual or not. Ways you can train this is just by thrashing yourself in the gym, thrashing yourself on runs, hill sprints, etc. Whatever it is that makes you more determined. Unselfishness, obviously, if you're filling up your water bottle for you and your oppo, make sure you treat your oppo's water bottle exactly the same as your own. You know, are you gonna look after your oppo as much as you're gonna look after your own life? In doing so, you'll save your own life as well, because if your oppo is well looked after by you, then he's going to be able to look after you as well. We call it a buddy-buddy system in the Royal Marines. And finally, cheerfulness. When all the crap's going down, everything's going wrong, are you still able to have a bit of banter? Are you still able to have a bit of a laugh and not take yourself too seriously? The moment you lose your cheerfulness, the moment you lose your banter, it's game over, and you'll be a broken RG, as we call them. So never lose your banter, never lose that cheeky side. You know, Royal Marines is full of lads who are just lads, and the moment we lose that, the Corps is in trouble. That's some of the Royal Marines values and some of the characteristics that you need to be a Royal Marine. Hopefully it's helpful. If a lot of these describe you, then put your application in. Again, obviously, you don't have to be the perfect person to join. You just have to want it absolutely as much as possible, and they will turn you into an elite fighting soldier. If these things don't sound like you, or number one, you're a liar, then don't even bother putting your application in, because the Royal Marines don't want you, and you shouldn't even consider it. Hopefully that's helpful, guys.